Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning black in to the Queen Ahmadiyah Shakur Show. I am your host, Queen Ahmadiyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call, people. It is time for us, Black family, to indeed wake up to the lies and BS. All right? That being said, the video that I attempted to show you guys last night when I was having technical difficulties with the sound and everything, I'm going to play for you that video because there's some important things that you need to hear. Now, Kendrick L. Johnson, the young man who has been exposing the corruption and all the things going on pertaining to Breonna Taylor's case, has alleged that Grandmaster Jay, he says that he met with Grandmaster Jay on 3 separate times, personally met with him to discuss the information that he has on Breonna Taylor's case. He says that he was blown off. This is what he says. He says that he was blown off. He met with him 3 times trying to give him the information and told him the things that he knew, and he was blown off. Now, my question is, for someone who simply said all eyes on Bree, why would they blow him off if what Kendrick says is in fact true? Why would they not take the evidence or the information that Kendrick gave him or them and do something about it? Because they said justice for Breonna Taylor, right? They said all eyes on Bree, did they not? They went to Louisville, Kentucky and had a formation, right? They went there twice. Now, my question is it really all eyes on Bree? I'm just wondering. Now, let's listen to the audio where Kendrick says what he has to say. And again, this is Kendrick Wilson. And another thing is, I'm going to also play for you information on the officer, the new recruit who was fired. Okay. And matter of fact, before I get started, let me get that already queued up. Okay. Let me get that already ready so I don't have to look for it once I'm finished. So that we'll have not just one witness account, but 2. Okay? And while I'm doing so, everyone, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Everyone, subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not done so already. Everyone, please get the thumbs up so that we draw more people in for the viewing. And I'm not going to play this interview in its entirety because it is 39 minutes long. With that being said, I have posted it on my Facebook page, and I will also put the link on my channel. Okay, I got that ready. So we're going to discuss that next. And again, as I said, this is Kendrick Wilson, the young man who has been exposing the corruption. All right. And also, for those of you who may want to donate money to him, because you know he and the officer's name is Taekwon. I think it's Taekwon Taylor. I can't recall, but we'll find out when I play the video for you. He'll give you his information. But at the end of the day, if you would like to contribute money to them because they are in fear for their lives, Taekwon, the officer, has been fired from his job at the LMPD, and for being complicit, in helping Kendrick. And so, with that being said, Kendrick has lost his barbershop that he had. So clearly, they need money for survival or whatever. So, with that all being said, Kendrick has a cash app. It is $. My cut cash. I think that's it. Anyway, he'll say it on the video. I can't remember right off the top. I think it's my cut cash, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but we'll make sure to get it out to you all for those of you who care to contribute. Now, let me go ahead and start this. I'm going to start this interview that he's having with the Nation of Islam. And let me just say this. He's also interviewing with the Nation of Islam for the Final Call, their publication that they have that comes out once a month. Yes, he's interviewing with them for this. He said that initially, when he got this information after he was hired to work with Sam Aguiar, who in fact is the Breonna Taylor family's attorney, right? He said when he was hired as part of the legal team for Sam Aguiar, once he discovered all of this information, the nefarious plots and egregious acts that were going on, he tried to get in touch with Minister Louis Farrakhan because he said he knew that this was dangerous stuff, that he's going to be saying, and he knew that Minister Farrakhan was fearless. Also, because you have to know, Minister Farrakhan has a huge following and is a big influence on our people. So with that being said, he wanted Minister Farrakhan to get it out, but he was unable to do so. But now he has gotten the Nation of Islam, some of the members, to come in. In fact, and even their head security, the one of their security who has in fact been seen with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So they are going to be interviewing him, as I said, for the final call. And this is his first interview that he has done. Okay, so here we go. This is starting at minute 9 minutes and 30 seconds into the interview.
Up reading all this shit, trying to figure out how can I get it through to my people, because my people, unfortunately, my people don't know how to recognize the truth. America is nothing but lies. Minister Farrakhan been trying to tell us this forever. This country is nothing but full of lies, and it's so bad that her man is giving y'all video proof, not white people, because white people know I'm telling the truth. My own people, black people, do not respect or believe anything that I'm saying. They have labeled me as crazy, and it's sickening. My goal is to get this out and let the world know corruption was involved. I've done my part now. Now my part is to sit back and watch every last one of those slam balls or whatever you want to call them. I'm trying my best not to cuss. But all those corrupt, I'm going to try my best not to cuss. It's my job to make sure all of those people who took place in that go to jail. Not get slandered, or not any, go to jail. Daniel Cameron belongs in jail. Sam Aguilar belongs in jail. Benjamin Crump belongs in jail. Every last one of those people, and the list goes on. Every last one of those people, they participated in covering up a young black queen's murder. And then they brought in a young black king and expected me to be fearful of telling the truth. No, I am of the ancestors. I got the spirit of Muhammad Ali. I walk right here in his city. I went to that man's private funeral. I spoke to Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory, the first words that Dick Gregory said to me were, "What are you going to do when it's your turn?" I had no fucking clue what that man was talking about. Excuse my language. This is what he was talking about. I am the chosen one. I got put in this position to do exactly what I'm doing, and that's to be fearless and tell the truth. And any black man or white man or politician in the country that can't respect that I'm standing up and simply telling the truth, then you are going to burn in hell. You are going to burn in hell because you are of evil. Everything that I'm doing is for a good cause. My life, everything is on the line. I want to go back to being normal. But I am forced, and I'm standing up first. I'm being first as possible. Every single night, every little sound that my dudes got, everything they hear, every car that comes on this block that I'm at, we are right now license plates. We're doing everything. I got people working for me. My man right here, he was just in the middle of his job. I called him. He left in the middle of his job. These are the type of friends that I got in this loyal to me. Hey, we got to bust the move. Call my whole team. If I tell one of my
Thank you, Eris. Exactly. Sierra is caping. Okay, that's what you're doing, Sierra. Caping. That's not what he said. He was blown off.
$300 to come and sit on that patio right now to watch over me. Excuse me. We pay, knock on the door. Hey, y'all want to make a $300? Y'all can pat me down. Y'all can pat me down. I just want to sit on the patio and watch my boy get this interview. Oh, yeah, okay. $300. This is the type of stuff that I'm doing because I'm going above and beyond to expose the truth. And I don't want to tell America's dirty secrets. You don't have to fear me like y'all fear Minister Farrakhan. I don't know all the secrets like that, man. I'm simply trying to expose corrupt Kentucky. It's dirty laundry. And after that, I'm done. And then I want to educate and rebuild my people and teach them how to be smart and recognize truth when they see it. Because my people, I've been attacked not by white people. I'm being attacked by black people. And what people need to understand, there's one thing that is more, that is one thing that is worse than racism, and that is corruption. And that is what is taking place. You got people with the same color skin as me and you. Daniel Cameron, Benjamin Crump, and the list goes on. Lanita Baker, Tamika Mallory, all of these people, my son. I talked to that guy face to face and told him this stuff I'm telling y'all. These are black people who are participating in covering up a murder of a young black queen.
When you say profile, Mr. Wilson, you did mention on one of your recordings about Kenneth Walker. You said that he also was a part
Let me say something, because I don't know if y'all aware of this. My crew last night and Kenneth Walker's crew was all in the club last night. We clashed. It could have got bad. My crew, of course, had guns, and I know his crew had guns. It could have got real bad. We spoke for about 20 minutes. For the first 17 minutes, we was at each other's throat. His crew was ready, my crew was ready, and me and him was at each other's throat. We going at it. With all due respect to Kenneth Walker, let me say this, because we came to an understanding last night. It got heated, but about 17 minutes in, we found common ground. With all due respect, that man still has a case going on. I may have said some things that was inappropriate about that man, but at the end of the day, I'm on a mission to uncover the truth, and I'm not sparing nobody. I did somewhat disrespect him, and I heard how he said I disrespected him, and I get that. Because at the end of the day, that was his queen that got killed. That man is still grieving, and he does still have a case going on. So I don't want to speak too much about Kenneth Walker, but I do want y'all to know me and Kenneth Walker's crew, with guns and all that stuff involved, we clashed last night, and we found common ground. And when he left the club, he said, all right, bro, take care. And he also looked me in the eyes. He said, you do want justice for my baby girl. I know you do. And I said, I really do. I don't know if Kenneth Walker got some secret feelings about me, and if he just played it smooth at the moment because he realized my guys was all in there. Because my team was security and everything. I got security at that club and everybody on my team. And he probably looked around and seen that we had that situation on lock. But I hope he really does mean what he said when he said you really do want justice for Breonna. And he also said, I don't discredit anything that you're saying. But at the same time, that man is in a position, and we don't know what type of paperwork that he done signed, what his lawyer done told him that he can't say or can say. We don't know if he's been tricked into something. So let's pray for that brother. At the end of the day, let's pray for that guy. I don't want to go into talking about him.
No, that's fine. That just you mentioned him before.
Right. And it might have been out of line, but me mentioning him was all on my journey to uncover the truth.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Okay. So you mentioned also, I want to make sure I cover this right. So when you say justice for Breonna Taylor, what does that mean to you, sir? What does that really mean to you when you say justice for Breonna Taylor?
Justice for Breonna is real simple. Everybody who played a role in covering up her murder goes to jail. And then the actual murderer, the person who killed her, should actually get the electric chair. It should not be justice for Breonna. It should not be justice anymore. This is all about who are we executing. We should be putting this person, actually a lot of them should be facing death. If you're an AG, Attorney General, and you're covering up this murder, what else have you covered up? Is this your first time doing it? Because last I checked, that brother said on TV, he faked his tears. He's a professional. That wasn't his first rodeo. He even acted like he had a moment where he broke down. Dude, I broke a TV, bro. I broke a TV while watching that shit. That's how frustrated and angry I was. And then to listen to Benjamin Crump, and then the local pastors who was getting the camera in front of them, knowing and seeing their interviews and realizing they're all participating in this shit. Excuse my language.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's sickening.
Yes, sir.
It's sickening.
Yes, sir.
And then y'all bring me in.
So now I understand why Sam brought you in because he saw how you handled the court system before.
The cop that killed Breonna, that they're telling y'all killed Breonna or shot Breonna, the cop who got the woman endangerment charges, Brett Hankerson, me and that guy has been beefing since 2016. With all due respect, I had sex with his girlfriend and a couple other girls. He found out about it. He knew he couldn't whoop me. So what he started doing is using his badge to come after me. When he started coming after me, he started pinning drugs and doing all that stuff on me. He pinned drugs on me, and you know what happened? His own body camera and my friends who was recording, because we smooth like that. They caught him. We went to court. We saw the footage. They threw for me again. Then he lost again because that was on camera. Then he came for me again, but he didn't come for me except he sent his voice. The exact same dudes who was out there. They came from me. And you know what? That case is still going on. But if you go and try to look into that case, it's sealed. You know why it's sealed? Because they did so much illegal stuff, and the same names that was involved with the Breonna Taylor situation is going to be on that case. Y'all got contacts with Minister Farrakhan? Tell Minister Farrakhan to tell the state of Kentucky to release Kendrick Wilson's case that they are trying to build against me right now through Detective Cole Gibson, who is actually the one who handcuffed Kenneth Walker and had him making him sound like a girl and Ford Motor Company. They came and got me a Ford Motor Company. At the time, they had already raided my house, and then they took me to my barbershop and raided everything and destroyed everything. And to this day, I haven't got one dime a dollar. They did not replace any my property damage that they destroyed. My house is brand new. My house got built 2 years ago. Brand new $228,000 house, and I am from the projects. I didn't do it with a good credit line. I didn't do it with any of that. I did it with structure.
Okay, so people, you heard it yourself. And just for those of you who think that he didn't say or that he came to some type of resolution with NFAC and Grandmaster Jay, let me go to the part where he specifically says that he sat down and talked to him 3 times. Because I'm not here to paint narratives and push agendas. I'm here to tell and speak the truth. Okay? That's what I'm here to do.
Every last one of them should be removed from this case, and this case should no longer. When my life was on the line, I made a decision to stand up to the government. When I say stand up to the government, people think I'm talking about man and black types. You need to tell me that we're murder.
Hold on. Everyone take time out to give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up, please.
The case should no longer be in the state of Kentucky about the situation and the fact that Breonna Taylor was actually murdered and it was a cover-up. And that's what I mean, corruption. I'm not trying to pull down the country and trying to go deep into this country's corruption because we know it runs deep. I'm just trying to uncover the corruption that took place right here in my city that they allowed me to find out about. I can do my research and I can find out about a lot of things. That's not my interest. I want to be a normal person. I want to go back to having a normal life. But unfortunately, because of the type person I am and the type position that Sam Aguilar put me in, and he made it to where I can see that evidence, and I got to see Breonna's body, and I realized that she was murdered and she was shot from up close, not from a distance, my heart would not allow me to cover that up. And when I seen that those cops got a wanton endangerment charge, exact same cops that ran into my house last October, and they came to kill me because of the evidence that I got on the whole circuit, which y'all not even aware about that. I got my own evidence in my own case on those cops. But those cops came to do that to me. And then knowing they did that to that girl, and then they get away with it with a wanton endangerment charge, me being a black man, me being any type of man with a conscience and a heart, I cannot allow for that to happen. I made a decision. I knew my life was on the line. I made a decision to stand up to the government. When I say stand up to the government, people think I'm talking about man and black type stuff. No, when I say I'm standing up to the government, I mean people like Daniel Cameron. Daniel Cameron is a government official, and he's elected in quick position, and he works for the government. The police department is a government agency, you know what I mean? I'm going up against him. I'm going against the government. Daniel Cameron knew exactly what happened, but yet he's still elected to cover up what happened. Me, Kendrick Wilson, because of my heart, not because I'm trying to expose America and its corruption, but because I had firsthand evidence with my eyes, with my recordings, I'm trying to expose to the city and the world that corruption lies right here in Louisville, and those guys need to be taken out of position of power, because these guys are in position of power and they're making major decisions for our city, and it's not right knowing that they just covered up a murder. Last time I checked, if you, me, or any of these people here participating in cover up a murder, we'll be put in prison. We ain't got to actually commit the murder. If we took place and help him cover up the murder, we get prison time for that. But some way, somehow, Daniel Cameron, Sam Aguilar, Benjamin Crump, Tamika Mallory, Anita Baker, and the rest of them, I can go down the list, all of them participated in covering up a murder, but yet they're still free. And not only are they still free, they're allowed to participate in the new case. How is it that all of these people took place in covering up corruption and they're still allowed to take place, to participate in the new case? That is corruption at its finest. You mean to tell me that we're going to go again and try to get Breonna Taylor justice again off the back of what I released, and y'all going to put the same corrupt people who was involved with the case back involved? Every last one of them should be removed from this case, and the case should no longer be in the state of Kentucky. It should go to the Supreme Court. And that is my job. That is what I'm pushing for. And I'm here to tell people like you who got platforms, and hopefully Minister Farrakhan, you can check my call log, you can check my record. Before I release any of this information, I called Minister Farrakhan's office. Muhammad Ali's nephew gave me the number. I called that office. I talked to somebody. Then they sent me to a machine. The machine would not let me leave a voicemail. Then they said do an email. I said, look, I'm not doing all that. I got some important information involving the Breonna Taylor case. And I don't know if his lines are recorded, but I hope they are. And I'm pretty sure they are, because that man is very powerful. And he speaks on corruption a lot, and he's a stand-up guy, and he's of God, and anytime you're of God, people are out to get you. So I know he probably records everything like I do at the moment. So go back and listen to the phone conversations. I tried to get it to him because I didn't want to be the one who released it. I wanted Minister Farrakhan to do it because I know he's fearless. I know he does stand up to the government. I know he's not afraid to bite his tongue. I'm no Muslim, but I follow him. He's actually one of my role models. I listen to that man a lot because I feel like that man tells the truth. He don't bite his tongue. I work at Ford Motor Company, which is an assembly line. I also, before all this crap happened, I owned a barbershop that I've currently lost because of this crap. But I work at Ford Motor Company. When I'm at Ford Motor Company, I'm in idle time. My mind is in idle. So what do? I put in headsets, and I listen to people like James Baldwin, Medgar Evers, Minister Farrakhan, Muhammad Ali. I listen to all these people. And most of those people, all of those people that I just named are dead. The one that's still alive is Minister Farrakhan. I got the utmost respect for that guy, and he was the very first person that I said, I need to get it to him. I need to get the information to him. I met with Breonna, the guy who's the leader of the NFAC. I met with him 3 times face to face. I told him, I got information for you. I'm trying to get you some stuff. You saying you want justice for Breonna? I got it. I need to talk to you. He blew me off. He really wasn't hearing me. Then he finally heard me. As y'all can see, I leaked my phone conversations with him. Y'all can see that he's admitting on that, yeah, he was trying to tell us. I was. I tried to link up with the black radio stations here in Louisville. There's a girl by the name of Bella Ray who's supposed to be, for the people, for the community. I even went out on a date with her before.
Okay. So there you have it. He said he met with Grandmaster Jay of NFAC 3 times, and he was blown off. And then he finally got a conversation of Grandmaster Jay admitting, yeah, you did try to tell us. So my question is, if it's all eyes on Bree, right? Why did he have to meet with you 3 times and you blew him off? And then he had to get you to even admit that, in fact, you didn't pay him any mind. Okay? For all the capers. This is what he said. Now let me go on to the next video of the young black recruit who was a police officer who was helping Kendrick expose the nefarious plots, and he has now been escorted out of the precinct, and his life also is in danger. Now, while I'm getting this cute, everyone please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell. Click the word all so that you are notified each time that I go live, because I am going to continue to expose police brutality, racial injustices, racism, and all types of nefarious things and plots that the Miracle Whip Mafia has against my people. That is what I am here to do on the daily, and no one, no matter how much they complain, whine, send threatening emails, and spew lies and hate, is going to stop me. Okay? That's what they're not going to do. And also, I'm not going to play this entire interview either, because like I said, it's like 17 minutes, but I'm going to play a portion of it. And like I said, I will share these links on my channel. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for putting his Cash App in the chat. Thank you. Yes, he does need our support, family. So please, everyone, if you can donate anything, no matter how small. Here we go.
So, like I told you folks before, man, I told you folks that I have cops on the inside, good cops. Not any cops that's doing any type of illegal work or anything like that. Good cops that's making a stand against these corrupt police, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take infiltrating the system. And one of my favorite stories that I picked up on when I was in school was the Trojan horse story. And that story consists of the way these people infiltrated a whole nother city and took it over by simply building a Trojan horse and making it like it was a gift. But inside that Trojan horse, there was a lot of soldiers. And once they took that gift and let that horse go in there, because they could not penetrate the walls of the city. So once that horse got in there, all those soldiers waited till nighttime, crawled out of that horse, and began to slay everyone in that village. Basically, folks, what I'm trying to tell you is this one of my Trojan horses right here, one of the soldiers in my Trojan horse, a real cop who was there to do real work. And now he has began and it has been slaying corruption And today, this man was walked out of his job with no explanation. But the reason why is because they've done illegal things to find out that me and this man is connected. But at the end of the day, I'm going to let my man talk. He's in uniform right now, so y'all know he's a real deal cop. Y'all can look his name up, but as of today, he has been fired. One reason why.
Hold on, let me pass this. Let me skip over this advertisement.
How you doing, guys? I just want to say yes. As of today, I was walked out of my job. I was actually taking a law class because I just started with the department, and one of my superiors came in, pulled me out of the class, and told me that that the lieutenant wanted to speak to me. I walked into the lieutenant's office, and the only thing that the lieutenant said to me was, and I quote, "I spoke to the chief, and he does not want you working here anymore." Here is proof. This is from the Louisville Metro Police Department as of September 29th. Y'all see the seal on it? This is real, y'all. This is real. You see the Kentucky seal right there. Oh yeah, I mean we got our chief, Robert Schroeder, who actually, it's funny. Did you care to read that to him? I'll read it to him. I don't know if you know this, but he's only the chief until tomorrow. Right. Yeah. So check this out. My guy's an excellent reader. Okay, check him out. Check him out. So I'll read this to you guys. September 29th, 2020, probationary officer Tyquan Robinson, recruit number 5381, that is me, in the LMPD training division. Dear Mr. Robinson, in order to promote the efficiency of the Louisville Metro Police Department, I determined to terminate your employment with LMPD effective immediately. Sincerely, Robert Schroeder. There's his name there, Chief of Police. And then this is also endorsed by Colonel Shara Parks, Colonel Josh Judah, Major Paul Humphrey, Dennis Sims, professional. What is he? A professional standards unit of some human resources, and this is the Fraternal Order of Police. This was witnessed by my superior, Crystal Powell, and then they asked me to sign this here too. So, and it's also endorsed by our mayor, Greg Fisher. So. The reason why I'm here today is because they have found out about my association. The reason why he's really here is because I sound crazy when I tell y'all this stuff. And nobody believes anything that comes out my mouth. Back to you. Yeah, what I really want to do is explain to people the whole, the entire process that I've been through to get on with Louisville Metro. So this, I applied for this position back in, I think, January or February, and this was my third time applying. I've tried to get on for years. I think the first time I applied was like 7 years ago, back in 2013, 2014, and there was always some reason why I just didn't get on. I've even applied for Louisville Sheriff Department, and I received a letter that says we will hold your information on file. I've heard from other sheriffs on the department that's just their way of saying that they don't want you on the department. So anyways, I'm in my uniform here. Again, I was part of the MAC 47 unit for the Louisville Training Academy. And again, you can see this here. Hopefully it'll get not too fuzzy. But yeah, my name is Tyquan Robinson. You guys can look me up. So anyways, so the process that I've been through to get a job with Louisville Metro has been it's been pretty wild. It actually cost me about $2,000. They forced me to do some things that I was surprised to do. I have a few speeding tickets back when I was 17, 18, 20, 21. You know, I'm 38 years old now. And they forced me to get my record expunged, which I have done that. That cost me $600. I have proof of that. There were a lot of other intangible things that I was forced to pay for. Again, I'm at about a total of $2,000. I've been in the training class. This is my third week. So I didn't last 3 weeks. I also have proof. Kendrick, hand me my phone on the table right there. I want to capture this on camera because the fact of the matter is, us posting this video does endanger our lives. I know it endangers mine 100%. And you guys know it's been Kendrick versus I want to say the country, but definitely Kendrick versus Jefferson County, namely Louisville Metro Police Department, Brett Hankinson and his corruption, Louisville Metro Police Department and their corruption. So we are putting our lives on the line for this, and it's really disappointing to me because all this got started, God rest his soul, because of George Floyd. So I want to tip my hat off to him because his death really was the catalyst for Black people to start standing up for our rights, our equal rights.
Let me say something before we go any farther. I want to tell y'all a little story about this guy, man. So I went down to that protest here in Louisville, and he was fired up. First of all, he's one of the people who lit the flame in me and kind of opened my eyes up to racism. He taught me about racism about 6-7 years ago because I was blind to it. He pulled me aside and told me some things, and ever since he told me these things, I looked at the world different. This guy right here. But let me tell y'all something. I was down at that Louisville protest. I was down there for 2 days down there by myself. No friends, no family. I was down there protesting. This guy calls me, knowing that he's supposed to become a police officer soon or whatever. He calls me, knowing he's not allowed to be down there. He stands right beside me as we tell my story about Brett Hankinson. And not only did he stand right beside me, he vouched for every word I said because this is one of the guys that knows it's the truth, and he was even a witness in some of the situations where Brett Hankinson planted drugs on me.
Yes. So that was a lot of the purpose for me doing what I'm doing. I've always wanted to be a police officer, but I didn't want to be a corrupt police officer. And we here in Louisville all know that that's been something that's pretty normal. After George Floyd's death, that's when I really decided. I mean, that was the last straw for me. And then
okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, people. You all can go on Street Credits. You can go on Street Credits YouTube channel to view the rest of the footage, right? And you can go on Kendrick L. Wilson's channel to view the rest of the other video that I was showing, where he was doing the interview with the Nation of Islam for Final Call. With that all being said, so let's talk about this. So he says, Kendrick says that Tamika Mallory and my son knew about the information. He said he talked to my son face to face. Now I have to call their characters into question. See, I don't want to say anything about either of them because I don't know them, but I have heard in the past that the two of them collect donations, right? Saying that they're traveling, to fight for justice and protesting and all of that, but it's all lip service. This is what I've heard. I don't know because I don't know them from a can of paint, but this is what I've heard. So now we have someone saying that they in fact spoke to my son, gave him the information, and that he in fact assisted in the cover-up as far as he's concerned. That's what he said. I don't know. I'm only repeating what we all heard him say. Says the Grandmaster Jay, who said all eyes on Bree, blew him off 3 times he met with him. And even admitted to blowing him off on the phone that he recorded. He also said in the part of the video that I didn't play for you all, that Brett Hankinson is in the Klan. Are we surprised? No, we're not. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, not from there, but was raised there. With that all being said, I know how they get down, okay? I know it is wrought with Klansmen and racist devils. This is true, okay? So with that all being said, are we surprised that there was a cover-up? No, we're not. Are we surprised that there was no justice handed out? No, we're not. But here's the thing. Daniel Comeron, the Kentucky Attorney General, if he in fact did what Kendrick Wilson says that he did as far as covering this up, and now let's not forget that they have already reported that he lied 5 times publicly. They have said that he misled the grand jury, which is lying by omission, leaving out pertinent details and information and the like. With that all being said, he needs to be in jail. He needs to be locked up. And all of these police who participated in it, and anyone else, even including Judge Shaw, if she knew that the warrant was fraudulently given, if she knew that they were lying to get in that house, she needs to be locked up too. Everyone who was complicit in this nefarious plot and scheme and cover-up needs to be thrown in jail. And if Benjamin Mushmouth Crop and Sam Aguiar participated as well, and they're supposed to be working on at the behest of the Taylor family, they need to be disbarred. If what he says is true, they need to be disbarred for failure to perform their fiduciary duty. Now, with that all being said, did you hear the part where Kendrick says when he witnessed the crime scene and he saw Breonna Taylor's body, he saw that she was shot up close? Like I told you earlier, it's in the grand jury audio that she was shot up close. The first shot went to her foot, shattering the bones, crippling her, and she fell to the floor and was shot as someone obviously stood over her at close range. At close range. But we have been led to believe for months that she was simply caught in the crossfire when they burst through the door, and that in fact it was Kenneth Walker's fault because he fired the first shot, and so the officers had to return fire. This is what we have been told for months. So with that all being said, you see how these demons and devils conduct their nefarious schemes and plans, and they don't get any culpability. They don't get any type of consequences. They don't get any charges pressed. There are lies told to the grand jury. There is evidence tampered with and removed, in fact, from the crime scene. There is false narratives being painted. There was no blood shown anywhere that came from Officer Mattingly, Sergeant Mattingly. There was no blood from his so-called wound in the whole apartment, in the entire apartment. Where was the blood? Where was he shot? Where was he standing? Why wasn't there any blood in the threshold, in the foyer? I would like to know. And why did Daniel Kumaran not want to release the audio, right? Now we know. Now we know. The truth is continuously coming out, as I told you. And this isn't the end of it, people, because Kendrick has more information. Yes, he has more pictures, more video footage, and all of that, which he said he will release in a courtroom. So with that all being said, and now they're trying to build a case against him. Now he says they're trying to build a case against him. And this officer, Tyquan Robinson, I saw that someone put in the chats that they looked him up and they couldn't find him. Take Kami, I believe that was you, that said you looked up the officer and you couldn't find him. He had the paperwork. He had the badge. I mean, if that doesn't, prove that he worked for them. And I'm sure he wouldn't be getting on a live video that'll be viewed lying and saying that he worked for LMPD because of fact, they could sue him, okay? For misrepresentation and also defamation if he was in fact lying. So with that all being said, these devils, yes, the truth is being revealed. Yes, it is. And you won't hear any of this information on the mainstream media. You see, that is why the new black news media, not the Swollen Martins, not the Kale Kings, not them, but the new black news media is the one who's bringing you this news, okay? We are the ones who are exposing the corruption. And I will continue to do so. I will not be deterred. I will not be intimidated or any of that. Now I'm talking about the little racist troll or whoever that is that's sending me the nefarious emails, because they continue to send me emails, people. Yes, let me just tell you this. They sent an email to Daniel Coonmaran, letting him know that I call him a coon. I don't care. He is. He's a Sambo. I say it to his face. Do they think I care because they sent him my video about Breonna Taylor where I called him Daniel Coonmaran? I will continue to call him that. I have no love for Sambos and plantation mammies. I don't care who they are. They forwarded me the email that they in fact sent to him attached with my video. This is what they did. You see, someone is trying to silence the queen. But the only thing they do when they try to silence me is make me roar even louder. And that is what I will continue to do. I will not be deterred from my ministry, from what I'm supposed to do, from what I have been called to do, and from what the ancestors beckon me to do. That's what I want. I will not stop. Okay? By any means necessary, as Malcolm said, I will bring forth the truth and expose the nefarious plots of the demons and the devils and the thugs and the domestic terrorists who wear badges and uniforms and cloak themselves as police. That's what I will continue to do. Period, points, and blank. Stephanie says, I believe that he has been harassing me for a few days. He likely has. He likely has. Trolling my page, always on here, sitting back, watching and waiting. He watches every video. I'm sure he's subscribed because he watches every video so that he can try to send me a threatening email or some type of nefarious plot later. But that doesn't bother me. I fear no man. I fear no man. All right? He needs to get that through his head. The only reason I don't read his emails to you all any longer is because I don't want to give him the energy. But I do want to let you all know that he is still contacting me. He sent me an email, in fact, apologizing to you guys. It was all BS and wanted me to read it. You know why he wanted me to read it? Because he knows that I can press charges on him for cyber stalking, cyber bullying, intimidation, and harassment and defamation. Because clearly, he told the CEO of YouTube that I'm a mental basket case and that I, in fact, need psychiatric medicines. And he said this had been known due to a review that they did. Yes, that's what he said. So anyway, enough talk about him. Here is my question. If the NFAC, if Grandmaster J had all eyes on Bree, I would have expected, thought, assumed, or hoped that he would have quickly taken the information that Kendrick L. Wilson gave him in those 3 meetings that they had face to face and use that to try to get justice for Breonna Taylor. That's what I would have expected. So now, as far as I'm concerned, it simply looks like much to do about nothing, like the NFAC and Grandmaster J are merely walking around showboating with guns under the guise of fighting for justice. That's what it looks like. Now, if I'm wrong, they can feel free to come on my platform for an interview. I will interview any of them, even him. That's what I will do. So with that all being said, Grandmaster J is an agent. Come on now, says Hibaba. At the end of the day, I'll tell you what he isn't. One who fights for justice for Breonna Taylor. That's what he isn't. That's what I know. That's what I know. So, hold your own nuts, says Facts Queen. Thank you. Tariq warned people about Scam Master J. Yes, he did. Absolutely. With that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this broadcast. At the end of the day, I need everyone to like and share this video. Like and share this video because you know, as I told you, they have me shadow banned. So we have to get the lights up on my platform. We need to get more viewers for this channel because the information that I am giving out on a daily is beneficial, is pertinent, and is absolutely, unequivocally necessary for our people to hear. And that is why they will shadow ban people like myself. And that is why you will have people who say that they are ex and former cops coming on here trying to shut me up and shut me down, trying to get my channel banned, sending information about me to the police so that the police can come and raid my house and kill me. This is what they hope. Black people, let me tell you something. In a fight for liberation, in our fight and quest for freedom, some of us will die along the way. Some of us will be killed. Some of us may be fearful of the consequences of our actions as it goes and pertains to bringing forth the truth. But as I always say, no matter whether you fear them or you fear the consequences or not, never allow your fear to halt you, to stop you, to deter you from speaking the truth that the Most High has put in you to speak. Never let the enemy shut you down and shut you up, because that is how they win. You have to continue to expose them. This is what we have to do. This is what I have to do. And I will continue to do so to the death of me. So with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. And until next time, Black family, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.